Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator news and updates. City Update 13 has dropped. We have A340-600 previews, new scenery from Final Approach simulations, some details coming up about new Boeing overhead panels, and more, so stick around. One app designed to do it all. Hangar Control brings everything together: control bindings, hardware configuration, mod and profile management, application launching, add-ons, config files, and more, all managed from a single application. Mods Hangar goes beyond just mods and add-ons. It manages profiles, config files, text files, backups, snapshots, and helps keep your community folders clean and organized. Application Hangar launches your entire sim stack with a single click. Your Stream Decks are fully controlled through the Hangar Control plugin, while all of your other Stream Deck plugins remain active and available. Built by a simmer for simmers, Hangar Control adds new features and hardware support every week based on community feedback. It's a one-time purchase with lifetime updates, no subscriptions. You can try it for free for 5 days with no restrictions at overkillsimulations.com. Just create an account, head to your account page, download the latest version, and get started. And if you're looking for in-depth Microsoft Flight Simulator aircraft tutorials, check out my Patreon site. Links to Hangar Control and Patreon are down in the description below. Alright folks, let's go ahead and get started right into this. So first off, City Update 13. It has focused on enhancing photogrammetry and improved terrain data around California, delivering more accurate cityscapes, landmarks, and urban layouts across the state. In total, 18 Californian cities have received updates, making this one of the more expansive city updates released for the platform. Among the featured areas are San Francisco and the wider Bay Area, including Oakland and San Jose, with improved representation of landmarks such as the Golden Gate Bridge and downtown skylines. Sacramento, California's capital, also sees visual upgrades alongside several cities across the Central Valley, including Fresno, Modesto, and more. Make sure that you guys head on over to the marketplace if you have not already received the pop-up for City Update 13 and come check out California's beautiful scenes. The X-59A is a one-of-a-kind supersonic testbed for the United States NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and developer Trespass VR released its first aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024, being none other than the X-59A. Trespass VR's rendition of the X-59A features photorealistic external and internal cockpit models, fully modeled CFD and flight dynamics, and immersive sound and cockpit design. Cockpit instrumentation is fully functional and tailored for experimental supersonic flight, while a custom external vision system with HUD is modeled to match the real-world dynamic information. The X-59A Quests for Microsoft Flight Simulators 2020 and 24 can be picked up at Orbix Direct for right around 45 Australian down to 30 US dollars. Next up on our list of fantastic flight sim news, we have all new Aerosoft A340-600 Pro previews. A bunch of new A340-600 Pro previews have been shared by Aerosoft and Toolis. The new work in progress shots give you an indication of the new details being added to the cockpit and the external model. One area that had been missing up until now was the flap slat undercarriage. Whilst it is still in development, we get a small render of it as a preview for us to enjoy. There are also various cockpit shots available for us to look at, so let's go ahead and take a peek through these. There's that flap slats undercarriage that we were referencing just a moment ago. There is definitely a lot of work being put into this aircraft. One of the things that I do really enjoy about these particular developers is they do pay attention to life of the cockpit, meaning dirt, grime, things like that. Now, Sometimes they go overboard for something that would be a commercial aircraft, but believe it or not, I've talked to a few friends of mine who are real-world commercial pilots, and they say, no, it's not that uncommon. So you would think with the commercial aircraft it wouldn't be as common as you'd think, but apparently, yep, they get just as dirty as everything else. So if you want to learn more about the A340-600 Pro, there is a 50-minute preview video on the Aerosoft YouTube channel if you guys are interested in checking that out. The A340 is definitely one that finally does have my attention once again, even though it is another Airbus. It's a 4-engine Airbus, much like the A380, but obviously has significantly more history. One of the things that's interesting to know about the A340 is that in the initial releases of it, and even right down to its end, although they were better, they were also known to be very underpowered. So that'll be interesting to see how it gets modeled inside the simulator and whether or not we experience some of that frustration of being an underpowered bus. But no pun intended. Let's see what happens upon release. Final Approach Simulation scenery developer has released the Republic Airport Kilo Foxtrot Romeo Golf in East Farmingdale, New York. And of course, just like with JFK and other aircraft or airports around the area, this is considered one of the, if not the, busiest general aviation airport in the world. Go figure, right? Best known for recreations of its Newark, Liberty International, and several Caribbean destinations for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, Final Approach Simulations has been releasing scenery since FSX, and KFRG marks the team's first scenery officially supporting Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Located in, once again, East Farmingdale Republic Airport remains the busiest general aviation hub in New York State and one of the most busy in the world. Definitely someplace that you better be on your toes before you get ready to fly in. As its proximity to New York City metro area, as well as JFK and LaGuardia airports, obviously brings more attention to it. The airfield has been a cornerstone of Long Island's aviation history since opened in 1928 during World War II. Republic Airport was home to Republic Aviation, and the company's hangars at the airfield saw production of the iconic Republic P-47 Thunderbolt, also known as the Jug, for those of you who may not know. And that's also why the A-10 gets its designation as the A-10 Thunderbolt II. KFRG also houses the American Air Power Museum, located in a historic 1940s hangar that was once part of the Republic Aviation Factory. Final Approach Simulations KFRG features customized runway, taxiway, apron textures, along with authentic ground polygons. Airport buildings have been created using 4K PBR materials with the terminal, control tower, and some hangars featuring modeled interiors. The aprons are populated with static vehicles and baggage containers, and several FBOs on the field are full of static GA aircraft waiting for their next trip. This is absolutely a gorgeous airport, guys, and I am definitely going to be picking this one up and adding this to collection. I think this is exactly what more of the general aviation airports need, is that more feeling of life to it. And plus, get that AI traffic turned on, crank it up, and if we have full general aviation modeling, you're going to be in a busy route. Quick note, Hangar Control has received massive updates over the last couple of weeks, with now supporting the WingFlex FCU Cube. We have both the WinWing PAP3 as well as the full A320 FCU with the left and right FS panels now being supported. And now we have the RNP, also known as XML scripting, that has now been added to Hangar Control as of this week. The new release is set to launch tomorrow, which will bring many more features such as auto start for the service control and quite a few other performance increases and feature enhancements requested by none other than you, the simulation community. If you guys are interested in trying Hangar Control out, be sure to go to overkillsimulations.com, create an account, log in, hit the red account button in the top right, and then download Hangar Control from your account page and start your 5-day free unrestricted trial, including any updates that release to the software during that time frame. Rowsfire shared new details on the B107 Boeing 737 overhead panel, confirming pre-order pricing, integrated LED lighting, and plans for an expanded Pro version with additional system depth. Rowsfire has shared plenty of details on this particular product in the past, giving hints and teasers for it, but they never actually gave any kind of real-world information what to expect. So let's talk about it. The B107 is a full-scale overhead panel designed to replicate the layout of and functionality of the Boeing 737 overhead. Aimed for home cockpit builders, the desktop sim pilots looking for physical system control, this unit features a metal enclosure, laser-etched acrylic paneling, the integrated LED backlighting designed for night and low-light operation. Rowsfire confirms that the panel's integrated lighting throughout with illuminated labels, annunciators intended to mirror real-world overhead readability. The panel connects via USB and compatible with MobiFlight alongside Rowsfire's own configuration software, allowing users to map switches and indicators to supported aircraft. Initial support focuses on the popular Boeing 737 simulations, with broader compatibility planned throughout software updates. Now, pricing. Early bird discount January the 19th through the 25th. So unfortunately, I missed that window on this note. Tells you how long it's been since I've done an update. So moving down to advanced pre-sale discount runs through January 26th through February the 1st. Original price was set at $699 with a discount of $100 off. Final price coming in at $599. Includes a free custom eco-friendly storage bag. Cool. Post pre-sale after February 1st, the pricing returns to $699. Tell me what you guys think about this panel down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Well, my friends, that's going to wrap up today's episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator news and updates. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful remainder of the week. Stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.